What is up, YouTube? And today we're going to be talking about the 3 best PvE characters in the game currently that you can use in most content, including adventure mode, raid, and even automaton tower, and just other content as well. And some characters you can actually also rotate into that 4th slot. Now, the 3 units we're going to be talking about that are just the best are going to be Termin, which is free to play from Connections, Brieg, which is available from Adventurer's Path, and the more recent one that just ran on a banner and is only available through summons, which is Fene. Now, Termin is going to be probably the best by far out of all the Soul Weavers or healers that you get in this game, because of the fact that she has pretty much everything you want in a healer. She has an AoE heal, she has a damage boosting buff for your team, and this attack buff, she can make your team take turns faster with this combat readiness push. She has a dual attack, which will make it so that an ally will attack with her on her S1 when she's in idle form. She can also dispel enemies, which is very important in some bosses, so just basically everything you want in a Soul Weaver. You can also pair her with Brieg, which is a very strong tank, and he is very good because he has a lot of survivability for your team while actually doing a ton of damage as well for a tank. And he also has this decreased defense and speed, which is very good against bosses that limit the amount of turns you can take. And also, he will also have this S1, which will make him cycle faster. And he has a Dispel on his S3 as well. So you can dispel the boss a lot, do defense breaks, which is pretty much required. You really need decreased defense in your team in 1 or 2 forms because it's just so powerful for PvE. And because of this, he is one of the best tanks. And now we have the most recent character, Fene. Now, she's a Soul Weaver as well, but don't be deceived by her class. She's actually a very powerful damage dealer. Basically, all she will do is pure damage while also healing herself. Not really much to talk about in her kit because you're going to see that she will injure herself or reduce her own max health, but she's going to be doing a ton more damage and also be gaining a ton of attack and speed with her injuries, making her very easy to build. These are the builds that I actually run on my Termin, Brieg, and Fene. As you can see, I'll talk about what you guys want one at a time on these characters. But first, let's talk about Termin. So all you really need on her is speed and some bulkiness. You want health and defense. As fast as you can get her is the best, and as tanky as you can get her is the best. A bonus on her stats are going to be effectiveness and effect resist. Effectiveness to actually make her S1 100% of the time dispel in PvE content. The sweet spot for that will be 65% for most bosses, 80% for like Expedition and Raid. And her effect resist can also be bumped up to 200%, which is more of a luxury. This will make it so that she will resist pretty much all debuffs in PvE, which makes her a much better cleanser and will stop her from being crowd controlled, which is very important. The most important thing though will be speed and her bulkiness. I recommend speed set for sure. Your secondary set can be a broken set where you don't run another set, or an effect resist set, or a health set, or defense set. Whatever you have available, even an effectiveness set will work fine. And for her artifact, you have a ton of options. You can run her on Maga Raha's Tome. You can run her on Rod of Amaryllis if you need more healing. You can even run her on Proof of Valor if you're having her as your main tank. If you need more cleansing, Wondrous Potion Vial as well. Next, we have Brieg. So Brieg, all you need on him is bulk, and you basically, that's all you need, because you only need 30% effectiveness because he will gain a ton of effectiveness from his S3. You'll see that his S3 has a boost of 50% effectiveness. So to reach that 80% effectiveness sweet spot, this is all you need, 30%. And everything else goes in the bulk. Slap him on an Aureus to actually tank some of the damage for your team, and he'll be good to go. Also very low investment. All you need is the turn cooldown on his S3. Now for Fene, if you did get lucky to pull her, full damage is all you need. Pretty much just need full damage. That's all you really need to go for. And destruction set, attack set, speed set, all is fine. Crit set is fine as well. Just put her on full damage. Make sure she's at maxed crit chance. And, you know, just some bulk is nice as well, but not required. I think just putting a lot into her attack and damage and crit damage is good. Aim for like 16,000, 17,000 health at the very least, and you'll be chilling. Now for the 4th slot, there's a lot of things you can actually do. Or if you're missing Fene because you didn't pull for her, you can slot in a lot of damage dealers. A very good free-to-play option is Bomb Model Kana here. Very powerful. She's also from Connections, so she's free to play. You can put her on Bloodstone to heal your team even more, or Daydream Joker, a 3-star artifact to do even more damage. And she's just very good because she has an attack buff for herself, a speed buff as well for your team, and she will do multiple targets of damage. So 2 target damage on her S1 and AoE on her S3. If you're looking for another cleanser, Angelic Montmorency is okay. I don't have mine geared, so I can't show you the stat line. But she's very good because she has a ton of dispels from debuffs for your team, which is very good against debuff heavy bosses. There's quite a ton out there. She's a very good option in those scenarios. Landy is also a very good option if you actually pulled for her. She is a limited character, but she is available readily from the banners, the triple summon custom banners that come out pretty frequently, like twice or 3 times a year. So because of that, you do get your hands on her. She's very good on a full damage build, as you see, pretty similar to Bomb Model Kana. You can kind of build them the same. All you really want is, a decent amount of speed, 100% crit chance, at least 250 crit damage, rest into attack, and any bulk is a bonus. That type of build would also be good on Spectre Tenebria, who's also a very good damage dealer, because she has multi-target damage like Bomb Model Kana and also Landy, and she does a ton of damage, just overall pretty tanky, and she's very safe with this illusion buff from her S2. Another good option, which is the last one we'll talk about for this video, is going to be Asaria. And that is because she synergizes very well with Tamarin, because Tamarin's idle form, which makes her super powerful, starts on cooldown. So the way you actually get around this is with Asaria, you S2 her, and it will reset it, so it's off cooldown right at the start. If you have Asaria faster than Tamarin, you can pretty much have Tamarin in idle form almost all the time. And besides that, she also has a ton of dispelling, decreased defense is unbuffable, similar to what Brieg does, except instead of being a tank, she has more utility with her S2 resetting skill cooldowns, and she also has another decreased defense in her S1. Now there are a ton of other units you can actually use as well. Until you get Brieg for finishing Adventure's Path, you can use Adventure Ross on a similar build. He has a dual attack with a defense break from his runes in his specialty change tree, which you can see here. He also will have a lot of tankiness and protection of your team. He can also hold Aureus. He has a defense buff for your team, which makes him tankier, and he can dispel with his S1. Lilius is another good tank option if you have her, because she can dispel your team as well, and she also has a ton of dual attacks. There are just a ton of options you can have. Even Mercedes, which is a character you get for free at the start of the game, is a very good damage dealer you can slot in because of the amount of AoE damage she has, and she does a ton of damage. And when you actually upgrade her from completing episode 3, I believe, she actually does even more damage and has a revive, which is very nice as well. But yeah, these are the best characters I believe that you could start off with in Epic 7 for PvE content. You get Tamarin and Brieg for free, Tamarin from Connections, Brieg from Adventure's Path, and then you will eventually get one of these characters as well. Rwana and Asaria are available from story summons, which you can get, which are a very good option as well. And for your damage dealer, you can run Fene if you actually get lucky and pulled her, or if you actually already have her, or Bomb Model Kana is a very good free-to-play damage dealer. A lot of options here. You can even run Spectre Tenebria for the damage dealer slot, or Arbiter Vildred, or Green Vildred, even if you pulled for him from your selective summon, your reroll, or even something like a Fire Ravi, if you actually pulled for her, can be a good early game damage dealer and tank as well. So a lot of options, I think, a lot of ways to play this game. It really comes down to what characters you have on your account. But Tamarin, Brieg, and yeah, basically Tamarin and Brieg are going to be your best bets to build. And hopefully you guys can start progressing on your account ASAP and get as far as you can. Thank you for watching, guys. And if this helps you guys out, make sure you guys hit that like button. And I'll see you guys next video.